Let's just go ahead and address this myth. There's no bad foods. I know that food can be a complicated subject because people put a lot of feelings onto the food. But if you take away the feelings that you put on the food, we can really look at it and say, there is no bad foods. There is, however, a problem with overconsumption of these foods. So let's look at the heavy hitters and see why they're not bad foods. So what pops in your head when I say bad food? The first thing is going to be fast food, then probably like sweets, and then carbohydrates, right? That is the killer of everybody. That is the one that, carbs make you fat. Well, here's the deal. Carbohydrate is going to be the common denominator in a lot of fast food, in a lot of sweets, and in what we would call, like what people think of classic carbohydrates. You're thinking of pasta, bread, all that kind of stuff. But guess what? Broccoli's a carbohydrate as well. But I digress. Here's the thing. When it comes to carbohydrates, and especially simpler carbohydrates, or foods that are more processed, ultra processed, that are made of some of these simpler carbohydrates, is that A, they don't have much nutritional value in them. They're lacking things like fiber as well. So therefore, they're gonna kind of break down, digest quick, not keep you full for long. Guess what happens? You can overeat. This happens probably if you have Chinese food. You can eat it, and then 20 minutes later, you can go at it again. You can go at it again. So if you have carbohydrate that's a little bit more dense with nutrition, fiber, vegetables, maybe a sweet potato, something like that, it takes longer to break down. It's going to keep you fuller longer. Plus, you get the added benefit of actual nutrition and micronutrients. Also, when it comes to fast food, that shit's designed to be tasty. So of course, it's going to make you salivate. It's going to get those, you're going to smell it. Those digestion fluids are already going to be going. You're going to want to eat it. You're going to want to eat it fast. When you eat fast, you tend to overeat. So if you have a bunch of chicken nuggies and you have a steak, it's going to be a lot easier to overeat the chicken nuggies. The steak you have to cut up, you actually have to chew. It's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to fill you up more because you're going to be more in alignment between your brain and your tummy. Chicken nuggies, pop, 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 pop. All that breading in the things are going to make up more than the actual protein in there. It breaks down quick, easy to digest. It's not going to keep you full for a long time. You're going to pop some more chicken nuggies. Same goes with sweets. Not a lot of nutritional value. It's got some extra sugar in there. That might not be the best for us. Again, not bad. Too much could be bad, like a lot of poisons. But it's easy to overeat. There's not much nutritional value in there. And then you start to add fat plus the carbohydrate, and that's what makes a cookie taste so fucking good. When something's so good, we do the exact opposite of what we should. We should take a minute to appreciate it, to slow down, to enjoy a decadence of it. But no, pop, 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 Cookie Monster. Easy to overeat. If you're gonna have a juice, right? If I'm gonna eat an orange, it's gonna take me longer to chew up the orange, peel the orange, all that. If I drink a glass of orange juice, and a glass, I say like this because none of us drink 8 ounces. It's all way over it. Bam, I slam that down nice and quick. That's a lot of calories that went in me real fast that I didn't even think about. Carbohydrates, they're a great tool to use, especially if you're training hard. It's kind of giving you that nitro booster. Why do they get a bad rap? Again, easy to overeat. We need something to blame all the time, so blame the carbohydrates. When we think of carbohydrates, think of bread. Again, there's going to be a difference between a loaf of sourdough and a very processed Wonder Bread. One has more nutrition in it. It takes longer to break down, so it's going to keep you fuller longer. One is designed to make you eat more, is not have a lot of nutrition in it. It's going to break down very quick, so you're not going to stay full. So of course, this one, which would be the Wonder Bread, it's going to be easy to overeat. But people don't want to blame their habits of overeating on it. They want to blame the bread. Same with pasta. Having a plate of pasta is not going to kill you. However, if you go out to Olive Garden and you have endless breadsticks beforehand, and then you scarf down the pasta in a huge portion, and then you have a piece of cheesecake after, you're probably going to hold on to some extra energy, aka get fat. Not a food problem. It's not that's bad food. The quality might be shit, sure, but your consumption is the problem. So I want you to start thinking about things like that. Instead of vilifying, demonizing foods, oh, this is a good food, this is a bad food, and giving it all these powers, creating all these pathologies around it, being scared of a thing, let's look at our consumption. Am I consuming too much? How do you know? Well, you have maintenance calories. If you consume more than you use, you're going to hold on to that extra energy. You're going to get fat. Good foods can get you fat. Bad foods can get you fat. Eating too much of any food is going to get you fat.